Hi there, I'm Andy from Easysoft Limited, and in this short video I'm going to show you how easy it is to get data from Salesforce.com into SQL Server via ODBC. Now for this, where I'm going to be using the Easysoft Salesforce ODBC Driver, which is a piece of commercial software, and I'm using that simply because we believe that this is the best way to connect to Salesforce via ODBC, and we'll show you how that works. Just a little word before we start, that because we're interfacing into Salesforce, we're going to have to use the Salesforce SOAP API. For that, you're going to have either the Enterprise, Performance, Unlimited, or Developer Edition of Salesforce. Now, if you're out there and you've got the Professional Edition of Salesforce, if you contact your Salesforce rep, then they might be able to enable that for you. Certainly we've heard of people who've had that enabled, absolutely no problem. So just to recap, you need the Enterprise, Performance, Unlimited, Developer Edition, and sometimes you can do it through the Professional Edition if you get the SOAP API enabled on that. You also need to grab yourself the Salesforce security token. So when you're doing Salesforce.com, there's a little option where you can just say, send me the Salesforce token, security token, and they will email that to you. So that's all it is from that. Once we've made the live ODBC connection, because this is a live system that you've got in front of you right there now, then I'll just show you a piece of data that's been pulled from Salesforce into SQL Server and show you so it's working okay. So let's get on with the demo. So the first thing I will do actually, so if I just log into my Salesforce instance, now I've just got the developer version here. It comes with some data already preloaded, but I have added just one little piece. I've added Easysoft Limited into the standard one, the default one it comes with, just so that we can see when we pull it through, it'll pull through and you'll see the Easysoft Limited data being pulled through into SQL Server. So to get started, you'll need to visit easysoft.com. You'll need to click on products and click on ODBC Salesforce Driver, and then click on the big red download now button. I've already got an account set up with easysoft.com. If you haven't, you can register. Registration is free of charge and will allow you to download your software, your driver, and also request a trial license as well. Like I say, that's free. Okay. So if I just log on to the account, all it's doing now, you'll see down here that I haven't downloaded anything yet, but all the documentation is there that will help you if you've got any problems with using any of the drivers. I will just tell it that I want to download the Windows version, and so it just gives me the option of loading that. Then I just say it quickly, save that, and I can open it. Okay, security audit, yep, I want to run this to install it. Click on next. Once you've read the end user license agreement, click on I accept, then click next. Then just use the default installation folder. Click on next, install, and that's it installed. Now if I was to click finish straight away, it would take me straight to the launch license manager, which is absolutely fine, but I just want to show you whilst you're online. If you click on, let me just minimize that as well. If you click on start, it's there as a shortcut, but also in programs under Easysoft, licensing is there as well, the license manager. Now the only details we need from you on here is just, I can't even spell my name, is just the email address that you signed up to easysoft.com with. So request license, just checks, do you want a trial license or do you want the full license? I just want a trial license for now, thank you. Click next. It's just confirming that it is a Salesforce ODBC driver I want. Yes, it is. All the details are on there. I just need to click online request, and it's straight away it's added a license to this desktop that I'm using. So I'm done. I can finish there. The next stage after doing that is to set up a data source to connect to Salesforce. So do that in Control Panel, Administrative Tools, Data Source, System DSN. So I need to add a new item to here. I'm going to be adding the Salesforce ODBC driver. Now in here I just need a name for it really, so Easysoft Limited Salesforce. I'll just call it that for now, but I need to remember where I've called it a little bit later on. And then it knows that to do this I need to log on to the SOAP within Salesforce. But to log into SOAP within Salesforce I need to enter my Salesforce logon credentials, my Salesforce password, and also, like I said earlier, there's a security token as well that you'll need, and you can request that from Salesforce, and I just need to paste that into there so it understands, and it gives the authority. If I quickly test that before I do anything else, yeah, I'm now connected through here to Salesforce by Easysoft Limited, the company I work for, and that's my full name. So I can now OK that's done. So I've now set up a data source. That was quick and easy. The next thing I need to do, close those. So now I just need to open the SQL Server Studio. Now I've got SQL Server 2012 running live. I've set up some new connections to it. So the first thing I must do, and the first thing you must do if you're running it live as well, is just restart it. Restarting it just takes for a moment, and that's it restarted. So just have a look at server objects and linked servers and providers. There, Easysoft isn't set up yet. If I right click on linked servers, new link server. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to set up the physical link now between my SQL Server instance and Salesforce. So I can call this anything I want. I shall make it simple for myself and just call this ESL, Easysoft Limited. I just need to make sure that in this drop down box here I set it up as Microsoft OLE DB provider for ODBC drivers. And then data source is the data source I just set up a moment earlier. If you remember, that's ESL-SF, Easysoft Limited, Salesforce. I can click OK, and that is it. And if it's now listed in this list of providers, and if I just dig down into it, into the Salesforce, it says it recognizes some tables, and there's the tables that's in salesforce.com. So I've now got a physical link between SQL Server and salesforce.com. What I can do is I can set up a new query, and we can start to pull some data over into it. So I'll do something very, very simple. Is I'll do select star from ESL is the name of the instance in SQL Server that I've just set up, to Salesforce. And if I just bring, for now, really simply, if I just execute this, which will just bring the account information through, and there, so it's just brought all the account information through that we saw a little earlier that I had in salesforce.com, and the one I added there, so the one that's not in the default, is the Easysoft Limited. So very, very quickly, in a matter of minutes, we have downloaded the Easysoft driver, we've licensed it, we've set it up as a data source for SQL Server, and we've just there run a very, very simple query on that Salesforce data to show that we're pulling the information through over that ODBC link. It really is as simple as that. So remember, if you want to bring the data in real time from salesforce.com over into SQL Server, download the driver and request your trial license from easysoft.com. Till next time, thank you very much.